What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Hybrid Movies. This is episode 14. I'm your host, Nick, and I'm joined by Michael, aka Farewell34.
What it do, ski guys? How's it going?
And we also have Luke with us.
Hey guys, what's happening?
And we have James.
Hi, Diddlio, neighborinos.
Yeah, and how's everyone doing tonight? This is a pretty late night recording, actually. This is like an after dark Hybrid Movies episode. Man.
Yeah, this is, as SpongeBob would say, hybrid movies.
At night.
Yeah, Michael, what have you been up to today?
It's been a relatively chill day. Just had just the meetings and watched a movie today, which was really nice.
What meetings?
Can't wait to talk about that.
What meetings are you talking about?
Oh, just had some clothing stuff, and then obviously just regular hybrid network
hybrid meetings weekly. All right, Luke, any new updates?
Still sick, and I'm glad to be back on the hybrid movies. I've been gone for a while.
We missed you.
Series of circumstances took me away from the podcast and also from movies in general, so there wasn't really a point for a while, but I'm back, finally.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. And James, what have you been up to?
I can't complain on this end. Today was my day off, so I got to take it easy for a bit, sleep in a little, and I also got to see a movie again. I think Mike knows which one I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, cool. And as for Nick, me, what am I doing? I don't know.
What you been doing?
Not much.
You've been drinking.
Drinking all day. I started drinking at 1 p.m. and in the afternoon I rum. So here we are.
Oh, he means 1 a.m. He's been drinking since 1 in the morning.
Yeah. That's what I do. I wake up in the middle of the night, get some rum, and then go back to sleep.
Yeah, after one
helps
of your...
him get through all the movies he has to watch.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It ain't easy, some of the stuff.
So with that said, I think we got through our pleasantries. So let's get into the first segment here of the show, where we talk about the movies that we recently saw this past week, and then look ahead for next weekend. So, James, what movie did you see?
Well, so this weekend was kind of a dud movie-wise, except I got to go see a wonderful movie called Your Name. Now, technically, this movie came out back in 2016, but my theater, as well as many other theaters, were lucky enough to have the opportunity to screen this. So, Your Name is the new anime movie, and it basically tells of two young people who are living in Japan who inadvertently switch bodies, and they have to figure out who each other is and where they are, and see if they can possibly find each other. So that's the basic premise. So it's kind of like Freaky Friday. This is perhaps one of the best anime movies that I've seen in a long time. Like, in a post-Studio Ghibli era that we're in, this is simply one of the best. I'm trying to figure out where to start. I guess I'll start, I think I'll start with the animation and art the animation first.
Yeah, and this is no spoilers, too, just in case you just so happen to hear some things about the movie, opinions, you want to go check it out for yourself. This is we're going to keep it spoiler-free. So the art style and animation is just wonderful. Like, everything looks crystal clear. The detail that they put into these environments and the characters, like you look at the city of Tokyo, for example, like, it looks incredible. Like, all the buildings, like, all the advertisements they put in, it feels so alive. The other thing I really like is the story. When the story first starts out, it does seem like it'll be like a bit more, it'll have like one certain tone, and it's good throughout, don't get me wrong, but it seems like, it's going to be an okay movie, and Mike can attest to this too. Once it gets to a certain point, that's when the movie like really starts to show its true colors, and it takes you for a ride. If you have not seen this movie yet, I highly recommend you do so, because I have no idea how much longer this movie will be in theaters. And if it's out in theaters, like, try to find it other ways, video on demand, Crunchyroll, whatever you have to do. You really need to see this movie.
What do you think of it, like, overall? Like, what's your rating or whatever?
I definitely give this a solid A. I mean, I was amazed just how much I enjoyed this movie, and I expected to like it okay, but like by the end of the movie, it's just like this is amazing. I need to see it again.
Oh wow, okay, damn. That there was nothing else that was like good that came out this weekend. You just it's just Your Name.
Well, I was debating between either that or Smurfs: The Lost Village.
Come on, guys, it's the Smurfs, the blue things. Remember those?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it was kind of a tough choice. But I had to wring my arm as to which one I wanted, and Your Name just eked it out only by a little.
Yeah.
Anime won out in the end.
Yep.
All right, Michael, what'd you think of Your Name?
So the movie that I did see was Your Name. It was honestly just by chance. I was looking at the cinemas just for a movie to see, and I saw that there, and I'm like, okay, fuck Smurfs. So I checked it out, and I am so glad I saw Your Name. Guys, everything James said is absolutely correct in my opinion. This movie was phenomenal. It starts off, like the run-of-the-mill kind of story of like sort of like Freaky Friday, body switching, but after a certain point, this movie really takes you on a crazy roller coaster. It has the premise of Freaky Friday in some sorts, but they go so much deeper. They really grasp the idea of millennials nowadays in this age. There's so much like duality and meaning behind what's happening in the story. There's a lot of even real life connections to certain events that happened. I don't want to go into too depths, but they kind of like discuss it in a way through what happens in the story. Visually, this thing is beautiful. There's actually one scene in particular. It honestly, to me, it was more trippier than Doctor Strange or any other recent, like psychedelic looking film. James, I think you know what I'm talking about. It really blew my mind, guys. I personally, I don't really get all emotional or cry too much in theaters, but I was bawling in this theater, guys. Like, I'm telling you. I can't recommend it more. It just, even to the name of the title, how it connects back in, it's a masterpiece. Holy
Your
shit.
Name.
I'm sorry. Your Name.
What is it? What is Your Name?
Find out, man.
That's one of those things you gotta find out for yourself, man.
No, Luke, what did you see?
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right.
I had a choice.
No, sorry,
I had a choice between Boss Baby or Bust, so I just decided to stay home.
Okay. Hey.
It was so like.
I mean, there's not really like we mentioned too. There's really like nothing to see. I mean, I guess the only noteworthy movie would have been Your Name, but that's a limited release, so you can't see it everywhere, unfortunately. But what did I see? The only movie that I watch like movies all the time, but like they're just old movies. Like I rewatch for some odd reason. I don't know. I just rewatch them literally every week, at least parts of them. But so I was recently watching, actually right before we started recording, was Starship Troopers, the first movie.
I love that movie.
Paul Verhoeven. I love it. I mean, it's a really good movie. It's so different from the novel that Robert Heinlein wrote, but it is a very good movie overall. I think it has so many themes that were kind of lost throughout the years. I think people didn't really give it a fair shake. I think of what it was trying to say about like fascism and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think also too, because like I remember when I first saw it, like I first thought it was going to be like a comedy, and it really isn't. But you can sense that like there's this biting wit and satire to it.
I just saw it of a movie I saw. It was not like recently, but it was the last movie I saw. It was Cheaps.
Cheaps.
Yeah.
What's Cheaps?
What about Commando?
I didn't see Commando.
We should all see Commando soon.
Everyone should always see Commando every week, at least once.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen Commando, please do so. It is such a fun movie.
Yeah, homework right now. By next week, if you haven't watched Commando, you're not allowed to come back and listen to us anymore.
All right, I think we got all through the movies that we saw this past week. So, going forward for this upcoming week, April 14th, it marks a very big kind of release with Fate of the Furious, and we also have Gifted coming out this Wednesday for some reason. So, Michael, if you had to choose between those two movies, which one are you going to go check out?
To be completely honest, I really want to see Gifted. It looks like it's going to be an interesting movie. I'm not the biggest fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. Sorry, but I'll probably end up checking that too. But I'll probably end up seeing both of them, honestly.
Okay. James, what are you looking forward to?
I think I might see Furious 8 just because. I mean, honestly, like I thought Furious 7 had the perfect ending, but I mean, I'll see how Furious 8 is. I know it's going to be like our biggest movie for the next couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bigger and better.
Yeah. Luke, are you going to see anything or?
Fast and Furious is probably the one I would go see.
Okay.
I don't know that much about Gifted, but it doesn't really interest me all that much.
All right.
It's Chris Evans, not as Captain America.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
So I'm the only one on the podcast that's actually seen Fate of the Furious. I got to see it a couple months ago. I haven't been able to talk about it for a while though, but the embargo on the reviews has lifted, so all is loose now. So overall, I had basically no expectations going to the movie. I honestly thought the trailers looked pretty bad. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a casual viewer of the franchise. I started watching them, I think, with the fourth movie. I think I caught on. Then I went back and watched them. And my favorite was always Tokyo Drift. I love that one so much. And I also really liked Fast 5 when they kind of soft rebooted everything. That was really cool. And they introduced The Rock's character. I thought that was a really good movie. But, you know, this one, I don't know. There was just so many things that kind of felt uneven with it. There are some really cool set pieces, but overall, as a movie, even as a Fast and the Furious movie, it just felt like the franchise is moving in such a strange direction that I don't know. It's almost, no pun intended, running out of fuel at this point. I mean, it's like really... Was that a pun, or is that...
It was a very good one, if you did it on purpose.
It was very nice.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously they want to continue. They even said this is going to be the start of a new trilogy of Fast movies, so I don't know how that works out. I guess because they're introducing new characters in this one too. This isn't a spoiler, but Scott Eastwood is a new character. I'm guessing he's going to be part of the team going forward. You know, stuff like that. Kurt Russell's character is a lot bigger in this movie now. And Charlize Theron was good as the villain. And there's also one of the dudes from Game of Thrones who played...
oh, word?
He's the leader of the Wildlings. He's the red hair.
Oh, Tormund Giantsbane.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's one of the villains in this movie. Which I was like, what?
Okay.
But yeah... I don't know.
What would you give your rating?
Okay, so rating, I give it like a 6. I mean, it is a matinee movie. The definition of a
matinee movie.
The definition of a matinee movie.
So I mean, yeah, as a Fast and the Furious fan, if you're a fan of the franchise, I think you might have some enjoyment out of it, or you might not actually, because I'm kind of a fan of it too, to an extent, but. Honestly, I think this one wasn't, like, up to par, I think. Like, the last one just ended it so perfectly. It's just like, wow, where do you even go after this, you know? It's like, wow. But,
So how was it without, obviously, Paul Walker being in the mix? Did it feel very obvious, or did it feel weird in the storytelling?
Yeah, that was a thing that kind of, it, like, felt like the movie was missing something. You know, there was some element that was kind of, like, not there. And also his wife isn't mentioned at all, too, which is kind of weird, because his wife is the sister of Vin Diesel's character, Dom. So she wasn't mentioned at all. No, they didn't mention, Paul Walker's character, Brian. They didn't mention...
They just left him out.
They didn't mention any of his family or anything. It was like, wow, this is strange. And it was weird, too, because I think there was a scene in one of the trailers that they talked about the family. Maybe they cut that out of the final product or something, but...
Yeah, maybe they found it didn't work or something, I guess.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna see the movie, there's one really cool sequence that happens in New York City. No spoilers, but it's probably the best sequence in the whole movie. But the submarine shit is like whack, and I don't know that
whack.
I mean, come on, a submarine fighting.
It's lame.
Because how much can you amp up this series? Like the rumors, or they announced it. They're going to fucking space.
There
like,
we
what?
go.
The
how do cars work in space, my guy?
The fate of the Furious is beyond the stars.
The Space and the Furious.
Damn.
Yeah, just imagining them driving cars on the back of like a spaceship, and they're drifting off to the Mars while they're racing to the top.
It's gonna become a rainbow. Like they're gonna have Rainbow Road at one point. I swear to God.
There we go.
It's gonna be like a Hot Wheels road where they like build a track in space or something.
Yeah, they do a loop-de-loop and everything.
At this point, they might as well just mix with freaking that
Hot
franchise.
Wheels.
Yeah, I mean that is the rumor that the franchise they're quote unquote open to going to space if the story was right. Which I mean, how do you make a right story about fucking race cars in space? I don't know. How do you do that? But I don't know.
We're open to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This franchise is one of those ones that's overwhelming. Was it over welcoming its stay or some shit like that? What is it?
I guess you could say
it's run its course at this point. It really, I mean, it's
another pun.
Man, yeah, there was also rumors too that they're trying to resurrect the character of Han, that he died. I'm like, wait, how does that work? Like,
wasn't the timeline like all skewed up too?
Well, the problem was that they said Tokyo Drift, which was the third movie that came out, was chronologically after all of them. Fast 7 took place concurrently with Tokyo Drift, I think, or was it 6 that took place at the same time? I'm not sure, but yeah, they really screwed the timeline up with that. How do you screw up a timeline about damn street racing stuff? That's like the X-Men movies.
They were ambitious.
Yeah, I don't know. Enough ranting about this. I mean, if you're gonna see it, you're gonna see it. It's a fine movie. It's just like, it's not anything great, and it's really it really shows signs of wear when you watch the movie. You're like, wow, okay, they're really trying to, they're really running out of ideas for this franchise. So those are my thoughts on Fate of the Furious, without going to spoilers, obviously. So I guess we'll talk about it. Maybe if you guys end up seeing it, maybe we can do like a spoiler talk this next episode. But yeah, that ends our talk about movies and stuff. Now we get into the news topics. So first up on the list, we have that Star Wars Episode 8 trailer is coming very soon, and it's apparently rumored to be a pretty substantial trailer, not just like a little teaser, 1 minute kind of sizzle reel type of thing, I guess. And I think that it is going to debut this upcoming weekend during Star Wars Celebration. So, Michael, are you hyped up for this new trailer? First look at the movie?
Honestly, I am. There's been a lot of, talk about Star Wars Episode 8 since the date's coming closer. Obviously, the recent passing of Carrie Fisher and just, Han Solo movie, etc., etc. I'm excited to see them finally put out some sort of footage. And you saying it's a full-on trailer gets me very excited. Plus, at a Star Wars Celebration, that's the best time to drop anything like that. So yeah, I'm down for this.
They didn't have to drop anything from the movie. The funny joke that was running was that the movie would never have any trailers. It would just come out, and it would still make $1 billion because it's Star Wars Episode 8, especially.
Oh yeah.
But obviously it was gonna have to come at some point. And I think that debuting it at Star Wars Celebration, it gives you that leeway to now you can just attach it to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is going to be about 2 weeks after. So it's
Smart.
The perfect timing, I think, to drop it. But James, what do you think about this? Are you looking forward to the trailer?
Oh, you do not have to ask me twice. I am.
He's a Star Wars guy. Come on.
Oh man, you're one of those Disney Star Wars guys. No.
Hey now.
You're a rock star.
I know the recent Star Wars. I am aware of the problems of the recent Star Wars movies, but I still enjoy them very much. Thank you very much. Haters gonna hate. But yeah,
shake it off. No more songs.
But yeah, no, I am very excited for a first look at the new Star Wars movie. And being with it coming first in Star Wars Celebration, I think is going to be really cool. I think what will also be nice is that we'll finally get a new set of trailers for our lobby, because we've been having the same trailers play just over and over again for the past 3 months. And it's just
Wait, what trailers are playing in your lobby?
Oh, we're still having trailers for like John Wick, Lego Batman, Space Between Us.
Wait, what?
Alien? No?
Yeah, but it's like teaser trailers, not like the final trailers. Man. And like and I know like people are asking like, when are we gonna get new trailers? And I kept saying, well, my guess is
people ask that, really? I don't...
Well, like employees and managers.
Oh.
And
okay,
that random people in the lobby came up, hey man, when are we getting?
We're gonna get trailers.
I don't think they really care. No, but no. As I was saying, I said to them, I think we're going to get a new set of trailers by the end of April at least, because I think what they're doing is they're waiting for that Star Wars trailer to drop at Star Wars Celebration, and then they'll send us the new DVD of trailers.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I look forward to what it has to show. I'm hoping that it doesn't show too much. I want it to show enough where I am hyped beyond belief, but also keep that mystery as to what the movie's going to be about.
I think for me personally, the biggest thing that this trailer has to show me, because I'm in the camp that I actually don't like the direction the Disney movies are going. I am really hoping that this trailer can turn that around, kind of, and give me a glimpse of a movie that's actually going to be original and take chances and do stuff that's that's unique to this franchise, and not just do a repeat of, you know, the other movies, which is kind of like what I had a lot of issues with The Force Awakens, but that was just one issue among others. So, you know, the trailer really has to sell me on Rey and then Luke and what's going on there, and then Kylo's evolution and other stuff like that. I hope they don't reveal Snoke in like his actual form in this trailer. That'd be like a huge waste, I think. But I mean, just stuff like that, you know, general tones and story stuff I think I want to see. But yeah, overall, like, I hope it's good, and I hope it actually gets me excited again for a Star Wars movie, because that's the main thing it should do, right? So, but Luke, what are you looking forward to in this trailer?
Oh, I don't care about Star Wars.
Okay, I knew. I knew. Anyways, alright, I think that's it on the Star Wars news. But, you know, speaking of another franchise that just doesn't want to die, Michael Bay has threatened us with 14 more Transformers movies. Threatened us.
It's such a big number.
14. How do you even...
Like, could have had the same reaction if he just said 6, but he said 14.
It's like, what made that number so specific? Like, why
How
that
old
one?
is Michael Bay?
He's in his 40s. He's like Zack Snyder's age.
I was about to say he's in his... Yeah. He's somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's... Let's see, and if he... So I'm trying to do the math here. 14 movies, he releases a movie, say, once every 3 years.
Well, he's not going to direct all these. These are all spin-offs and stuff, I think, so.
Yeah. And if this is like a cinematic universe thing, then I would assume like later down the line, multiple ones are like for each year.
Yeah. So they're really... I think if you guys have been keeping up with the latest on like Transformers universe, they've really been, you know, developing this whole kind of writer's room, I guess. So I think they're planning out a whole long-term thing so they can start getting several movies into shooting 1 year and then release them maybe 1 a year or 2 a year or something like that, you know, so they can get a Marvel style momentum going. But
yeah, get some of that Marvel cash.
I mean,
yeah, all I'm gonna say is fingers crossed, Transformers. Fingers crossed.
No,
you heard the last thing we heard about was the Bumblebee spinoff being a prequel film actually, and you know, that kind of tone, I guess. But I don't. What do you do with the Bumblebee movie? What is that?
I don't care. Like,
I really don't think I would give a shit about that.
Is there gonna be a Squeak spinoff too and stuff? I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to do spin-offs and solo movies on specific Autobot characters unless they're like really big characters. Bumblebee doesn't really do a lot in the series besides hang around with Shia LaBeouf and Mark Wahlberg.
No, Shia LaBeouf.
Kind of it. Yeah. Wait, was he in the fourth one?
He was not.
No, he's been dead. Yeah, he died in his character. Oh.
No, I meant Bumblebee.
Oh, Bumblebee.
I thought Shia
Bumblebee
LaBeouf.
in the fourth one?
Isn't he? Where'd he go? I don't know. After the guy went off, he started smoking in jungles, and what happened to him.
He started drinking some emissions, bro.
No, he was drinking
really
lean
big
and
adventure.
stuff.
He just died, I guess. I don't know what happened to him.
Michael, what do you think about the Transformers cinematic universe?
No.
Okay. James, any thoughts?
I'm done with the Transformers movies. Like after Age of
the Last Night looks promising. No.
Me and Michael Bay are not on good terms.
After the Ninja Turtles and then the...
Oh, I didn't even see Ninja Turtles. After...
I like the first one. The second one was ass.
Second one I thought was actually better than the first
But no,
one.
like...
Really? With Stephen Amell?
Yeah. I like the second one a lot. I don't know. Something about it. First one was just kind of meh. It's bland, boring.
But yeah, no, I remember after watching Age of Extinction, I remember distinctly walking outside and throwing my drink to the ground out of anger. I was just like
we all remember those moments too.
Yeah, and then someone told you to clean that up, and you had to clean it up.
I picked up my cup and threw it away. But
I thought you said you threw your slushie at somebody's head, and you're like, no.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
That was because of Michael Bay. Oh, okay, then sorry.
I was like in the front row watching the movie, so I couldn't really throw it at anyone in front of me.
You threw it at the screen then?
No, I'm not gonna do that. Company equipment.
Okay.
I feel like these movies are they're not for us, or at least for people that want to watch. Like,
yeah, they're not for cinephiles, and you know.
I guess, like, I mean, they're just dumb, like, summer action stuff. There's nothing wrong with that.
There
so if they want to crank out 14.
I've been surprised recently. I've been seeing, like, I've been looking through the Transformers trailers for the Last Night, and a lot of people are actually, like, really on board with the franchise. I had no idea that there were so many fans of Michael Bay's
yeah,
vision.
like I mean, yeah. So I mean, obviously there's an audience for it. So if they want to crank out 14 more, fine. People are gonna see it. Obviously,
I honestly haven't watched them since the third one, but I mean, I might check out this new one because supposedly they're like kind of soft rebooting and starting the cinematic universe from this one. So I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, didn't they say that for the fourth?
Yeah, fourth was supposed to be a soft reboot.
Was it? Wait, what was fourth one? Was that the Dinobots in there or something?
Yeah, it was the Dinobots.
Well, one, no plural, just one.
Oh, no, was it the Grimlock?
Well, there were multiple, but they only used.
Was there multiple?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, like Grimlock and Slag, I think, was there.
They just didn't make that much of an impact. That's probably why you don't remember.
Well, yeah, they were only there for like the last 20 minutes.
Long, man.
So.
Damn. Okay. You know, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna handle this cinematic universe. I guess they just gotta plan it out and figure. The thing they should do is just do more movies on like the actual Autobot and the Decepticons war, like Cybertron and stuff like that.
Yes. Cybertron.
Yeah, like Cybertron stuff would be cool.
But I don't know. They just dug their hole too deep at this point. I mean,
enough of this franchise. Let's go on to the one that's about to start that I'm gonna hate.
Yeah, they're you know, speaking of cinematic universes that nobody wants. Apparently, Activision is looking to make Call of Duty into a Marvel-style cinematic universe of films.
Nothing's better for a cinematic universe than war.
Yeah,
Call of Duty, you're late to the game.
I mean, I could see how they could do it. Like, honestly, I could see how because all of their movies kind of have this high-octane kind of action movie feel with it, but at the same time, it's like there's nothing really unique about them. Like, you can get any of that kind of action and stuff out of any kind of other franchise movie. So,
yeah, like
how is this
again? Like even Call of Duty itself, like there's like a bunch of other franchises that kind of have the same quality to them. Like Battlefield for a little bit has some sort of aspect of that to it. Medal of Honor too. Like Call of Duty's not really that out there in terms of like sticking out. I guess the only thing is just that it sells more, but
yeah.
Well, it's been dipping recently too.
I don't know, Michael. You're a big Call of Duty guy. Like, how could you see this actually even happening?
I could see them either going with like sort of the Black Ops 2 kind of story.
No, they could go with the
like
Captain Price story. No.
Yeah, they could do something like that. If they were to do a Call of Duty kind of cinematic universe, though, I feel like they'd just do something completely different and make it up. I don't really see them adapting any of the storylines. I don't know.
Well, like, what kind of do you think that they would do some of like the old stuff, like Black Ops or like the old Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1 and stuff, or do you think they do Advanced Warfare, like the new sci-fi shit that they've been doing for the last few days?
I would want them to go to the older route, but I definitely feel they go that more like
that more modern route. You know, the modern war and techno war.
Although I think like doing like a World War II Call of Duty to start it off or something, that'd be really cool. They could do a zombies because that story arc and those characters are phenomenal. We'll never see that shit, but that's what I would want to see in a movie.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah,
I think that brings us to the end of our news segment here. So we're gonna quickly get through a couple viewer questions here.
Lightning round this.
Yeah. So thanks again for submitting these with the hashtag #AskHybridMovies. So the first question comes to us from Kingest of Crimson. He says, "With the It movie looking pretty neat, is there any other Stephen King story you'd like to see remade or adapted? I think Pet Sematary is pretty ripe for one."
That's a good.
Yeah,
choice,
Luke, what do you think about this? The new Stephen King.
Pet Sematary is a really good one. Come back to me. I got to think about this.
Okay,
one.
Michael, Stephen King story.
I'll be honest. I'm not too familiar with many of Stephen King's works, so anything that's dope.
Okay, James, what do you want to see?
You know, so this story is probably be a bit more obscure. But I'd like to see like an adaptation of Eyes of the Dragon. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Yeah, I think it's like Stephen King's like only medieval fantasy novel that he wrote, and like I remember reading somewhere that a lot of fans like didn't really like it because it didn't seem like Stephen King. But I hear the book's pretty good. I might have to check it out.
I think people are pretty disappointed with the live action adaptation of The Stand that happened. I think it was a TV miniseries. A lot of people didn't like that.
I heard that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I read. I was reading somewhere that it got like good ratings. But I might have to check somewhere else to see.
All right. Luke, anything?
I have two. Either I think I would like to see a new version of Misery, or a new, or I don't think, did they ever do Dead Zone?
They did, with Christopher Walken.
Did they? I don't think I've ever seen that one. All right, well, I would like to see a new version of Dead Zone. I think that'd be pretty cool with today's filmmaking and everything.
Okay. What about The Mist? Just redo it again?
I think that's getting last I heard, that was getting like a new TV series or something.
Oh, was it?
Maybe that got dropped.
Oh, was it The Happening TV series, I think?
No, not The Happening. I had heard it was The Mist, but I would like a new Mist movie too. I like Mist a lot.
So, Luke, Luke, any reason why you want a new version of Misery? Is there some parts of Misery that don't hold up, you think?
No, it's a fine movie on its own, but it's just like, I feel like, I just think because whenever you do these Stephen King movies, some of the stuff I think that works in the book tends not to really translate that well to the screen. I think some dialogue is just kind of stilted, but like, again, in all honesty, it's not really anything that I hate. Like, I don't like the movie or anything. It's just more I kind of want to see an updated version of it to see what it can do, because the new It movie looks like it's doing some different stuff, and it's really kind of taking liberties from the miniseries and trying to, and I think it's kind of like making like a new darker tone. I guess that is kind of staying a little bit more true to the book, but I think it's also going to probably try and make dialogue a little bit more actual and stuff, because I like reading Stephen King, but one of my big things is that his dialogue is kind of weird when you're reading it. Like, people don't actually talk like that, what he writes. Because, like, Dirty Birdie is kind of weird to hear Kathy Bates screaming out and be menacing, so it'd be neat to see that redone.
All right.
Fair enough.
With that said, that does wrap up the episode. So this has been Hybrid Movies episode 14. Thank you guys again for checking it out. And if you want to get your questions answered next week, drop them down below with the hashtag AskHybridMovies. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Twitter at who's_Nick. Michael, where can people find you?
You guys can check me out over on my YouTube channel and my Twitter and Instagram accounts at FailWhale34.
Okay, Luke, where can people follow you?
I have a Twitter called Hybrid Lurk. I was told that I like Justin Bieber on it or something, so I might have to clarify which one it is in the future.
Damn. All right, James, what's your social media?
Folks, you can find me on Twitter at hairbeverage just at hairbeverage. I was about to say at hairbeverage.com.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but it's just but it's just hairbeverage.
Whole website.
Yeah, no,
right.
I don't.
James doing well for himself. That's a whole website.
I'd like to think so.
All right. So with that said, thank you guys again, and we'll catch you guys next time.